Hey everyone, welcome back to the podcast. In this episode, I am joined by Miss Jazzlen Tompkins of Tenacity Financial Group. Jazzlen will be sharing some of her experiences as a certified public accountant. Hi, Jazzlen. Happy to have you back
Hi.
again.
Yes, thank you. I'm glad to be back.
Yeah, it's good to have you back too, especially this time of year. Perfect time of
hmm
year.
Right.
As I said when you came on with me before, it's kind of like, well, an accountant, taxes, and financial type, whatever. That's a year-round kind of thing, right?
Exactly. Yep.
But closing the year out, we're setting the stage next month. My topic, one of the topics, will be getting organized. So, speaking with an accountant such as yourself, it's kind of two, threefold with respect to what I'm doing, obviously, this month, and especially with the
Mhm.
new series. You're one of my first guests. How did you become an accountant?
I became an accountant because, for one, I really liked business in general. So, when I originally started college, I was actually a finance major because I liked that piece of it. But then, as I got more into my college career and everything, I realized that accounting was more my speed because I like to be able to tell the story. I like to understand everything that goes on within a business. And I like to be able to explain concepts to people and then be able to apply those concepts. So, accounting is very much being able to understand numbers, but then also being able to apply them and educate people. And that's combines just what I like to do in general.
It, you made that make so much sense, and And myself, I'm a numbers guy. I love numbers, always have. But accountants, I mean, you guys specialize training. Yeah, I remember some courses in what was it, financial and managerial accounting.
Mhm.
Am I
Yep.
right? Yeah.
Yep.
And I enjoyed those courses, but it was like, whoa, to get more in depth and to go deeper into this type of specialty, it takes a special kind of person, someone who
Mhm.
is obviously good with numbers, who's patient and who can consult, right?
Exactly.
Inwardly and outwardly. So
Exactly.
you are. I do want to stress you are a
Mhm.
certified public accountant.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
what does that mean?
To be a CPA, a certified public accountant, you have to have a certain amount of college and upper education hours in accounting specifically, and sometimes in finance to be even eligible to sit for the exam. Then you have to take four different sections of the uniform CPA exam. So the sections include audit topics, general financial accounting, regulation, which encompasses tax and then other legal aspects. And then now you can choose another discipline. So you can choose to go the IT route, you can choose to dig deeper into tax and take that as a discipline. But you have to take all four sections of the exam, pass it, and then now you are a licensed CPA. So you can sign off on audits, you can plan audits, you can represent clients in front of the IRS, which is a lot of people don't know that. They think, oh, that's just a lawyer's job. No, as a licensed CPA, I can actually represent my client in the federal tax court. So
Oh,
that's also something that a CPA does. And then also you can open a CPA firm
mhm.
and do things of that nature. So it's really just the next step. So every CPA is an accountant, but every accountant is not a CPA.
What do you find typically most challenging as an accountant, as a
Mhm.
CPA?
So for me, what I find most challenging would be, I would say, making sure that I am conveying the importance and the impact of certain financial decisions to my clients.
Mm,
So, a lot of times people will hear certain things on the internet or on TV or whatever the case may be, and they want to take it and run with it. But for me, as a professional, I have to break things down and make sure that my clients understand the impact of things and how what they want to do can impact them in the future. So to me, that is the most challenging part in getting people to understand that, hey, just because somebody said something doesn't mean that it's going to apply to you, or doesn't even mean that it's legal.
And con- conveying something uh, to people who really have no, well, I shouldn't say, I guess most folks at certain points of their lives, they've been in and around, taxes, or, having to prepare
Mhm.
uh, for so long that they understand the basic nuances of it. Now, I probably shouldn't even say nuances. They understand the basics of it, right? But
Right.
all of those nuances that can, get us in trouble, unbeknownst to us, right? Trying to take the quick route, trying to
Right.
take the cheap route,
Hmm.
right? And I'll get into another aspect of that from a business perspective. But I want to jump here, something you shared. So,
Hmm.
what type, do you tend to specialize with certain types of firms, or do certain types of firms even gravitate to you? Like,
Hmm.
what does that look like?
So for me, I tend to specialize more so in service-based businesses. So therapists, hairstylists, makeup artists, restaurants, things that people, businesses of that nature,
Mm,
small to medium to large. I'm really open to any size, but more so service-based businesses. And then but that doesn't mean that I have clients who sell products as well.
uh-huh.
So, but it's tend to skew more towards service-based businesses.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can see that too. Now, a segue of that. Do you have a preference?
I wouldn't say I have a preference, but I do like to work with clients that I also resonate with and that I can relate to.
Right.
So that's why I tend to, I guess, market or target those clients where it's like, okay, I can kind of break things down because I can say, hey, when I go here or when I do this, so that way I can be a little bit more relatable.
Got it. Got it. And in terms of because you touched on the financial side of it too. You are an accountant,
Right.
but you are more
Hmm.
than an accountant.
Right.
So can you kind of peel that back, because there's this notion out there that you guys only crunch numbers. You guys
Right.
only prepare taxes, doing tax season, and
Right.
all these different things. Can you kind of dispel some of that and kind of paint a picture with respect to what some of those other activities like are?
So, in terms of just like in my firm, what
Yeah,
else do
yeah,
I do? Okay.
yep, yep.
Yes. So, I don't just like you were saying do taxes. So, I also do bookkeeping for clients.
Mm,
I do tax planning, which is essentially where I look specifically at my clients' financial statements, their tax returns, their income and expenses, and I give them strategic guidance on how they can save on tax liability and different strategies that they can implement, like increasing retirement contributions, opening up other stores, hiring other employees. I also do payroll for clients. I consult clients on different business structures. So, should they be an S Corp, C Corp, LLC partnership? I also am a fractional CFO. So, that's where I provide strategic guidance to clients who are looking to grow and build their businesses for the future. I help them with their cash flow management and to really get them on the right path to that financial success. So,
mm.
and then I also do some personal finance type of consulting. So I'm working with a
Oh,
client right now who's trying to build his credit up, and we have a whole plan in place on what he needs to do to build his credit. So I do a holistic view of
okay.
finance, and it's not just for businesses.
And it's not just for businesses. Yeah.
Right.
Well, and that's well, that's another misnomer that you
Hmm.
just addressed there. Now, and I know there are all types of accountants out there, or
Hmm.
accountants who specialize in particular areas. I get that, but it's good to kind of hear, and this is just my term. It's good to hear you being like a generalist and having that knowledge base that spans into so many other areas. What would be some of the like I don't know, most rewarding, I would say, aspects of what you do, what you've done so far?
Mhm. For me, the most rewarding aspect is when I have clients send me emails or texts and say, thank you so much for helping me. Thank you for educating me on what I need to do, being patient with me, explaining what, is going on because I've never worked with an accountant who does that. Usually I just meet with him or her once or twice a year and then that's it, or I can never get a hold of them. So that's really rewarding to me. And then also just educating people in general. So I'm on all the social media platforms, just giving out education on different financial terms and how things relate to certain people. So really just seeing and hearing how my teachings and education affects my clients and just the general public is very rewarding to me.
Well, yeah, man. Oh, okay. No, so you actually just addressed what I was going to ask you. I wanted to ask you, like, like what differentiates you between other, smaller firms, if you will, those be it in the Atlanta area, as and it's the Tenacity Financial Group.
Right.
Correct. Okay.
Yes,
I
correct.
wanted to make sure I had that name correct. You address what I wanted to ask about, how do you separate yourself? Any other value add or distinctions that come to mind that you'd like to share about the Tenacity Financial Group?
Yeah. So what sets me apart is number one, just the collaboration that I have with my clients. So I don't just send them emails or have them send me information and then I do their return or I do whatever we're engaged to do and then that's it. No, I actually work with my clients. I meet with them regularly. I check in with them and I explain to them what's happening and the impacts of it. And then also, I am big on the education piece. So, one of the big reasons why I started my firm was to educate people on the importance of financial like education, acumen, and everything of that nature. So I like to approach things in that way. I walk line by line on any tax return, and I say, hey, this is your adjusted gross income. This is how it's derived. Based on your income, this is how much tax you are assessed. And that means this. And because you withheld this much, this is why you owe this much. And if you were to do this, this would be the result. So I like to make sure that my clients walk away with more understanding than when they found me. So that those two things are the biggest differentiator between me and other CPA firms. And I know this because I've had multiple clients come to me and say, hey, the last person I worked with, they didn't teach me anything. We didn't work together. It was a very much, just transactional. Here's this, we're done, send your money, and then that's it. I don't like to operate like that. I want to have a relationship with my clients. I want them to be able to text, call, email, and then they know that I will respond.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow. Oh, yes. So you mentioned, and I would be kind of remiss if I didn't at least ask you or just
Mhm.
bring this part up. But you mentioned the different, aspects of your service offerings.
Mhm.
On the financial side, specifically credit repair. You mentioned the consultancy, the tax preparation, the bookkeeping, all these different things. So,
Mhm.
what do your packaging look like for each of those? What one should expect when they want to retain you for certain types of services?
Mhm. You mean price wise,
Yeah,
or if you
price
are
wise, or however you have it bundled. Yes.
Okay, yes. So if you are looking for tax prep, that starts around $475. And once again, that includes me preparing your return. We would meet about the results. We would go over how you can pay if you were to owe the IRS or the state. We'd go over that. And then, we'd have our step-by-step interaction with the tax prep. If you are interested in bookkeeping and just bookkeeping only, that starts around $650. Tax planning is priced quarterly, and that just depends on a lot of different factors. And then I also have my fractional CFO service, which encompasses a lot of different services. So it's essentially a bundle. So that would include your financial projections and forecasts, budgets. It includes monthly bookkeeping. It includes quarterly tax planning. It includes tax prep. It includes payroll management if you need that, cash flow management. So that is essentially, your best value, because you're going to get everything kind of bundled in one based upon your business, your revenue, and your future goals. So I offer free consultation. So whatever service that you are looking for, there's a free consultation, and we can discuss, your specific needs and wants, and then we'll go from there.
Okay. Wow. Now you talk about some value add and the whole nine kind of. I've been on your website, and I've been on there recently as well. And
Mhm.
I didn't, I don't know, I think I forgot some of those service offerings that you have. I think it's rather impressive for you to have that type of depth and variety at the same time. I wanted to also make sure I had a running ticker right quick. Your website and all, find out more. Let's see. I'm gonna do it real time for you. More about her. Yep, I am going to do it like this. And guys, I want to make sure I have her website correct. Tenacity Financial Group, correct?
Yep, .com.
Okay, .com. Yeah, go check it out. I was looking at a couple things while you were talking earlier, and book your appointment, of course. The fractional that you mentioned, tax resolution.
Yep.
Do you still do the notary type of services as well?
Yes, I do. Yes. Yep. So
Wow.
if you're in the Atlanta area, I am a notary.
You're certified all over the place.
Right.
No, this is really impressive. I'm going to go ahead and get you out of here and make sure this information is listed in the description, as well as your social media handles. And what is your primary social media handle?
So it's at Tenacity Financial Group, and that's the same on Instagram and TikTok.
There we go. And is Tenacity Financial
Group. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'll make sure I have that in the description so folks can, follow what you're doing. Any tips that you're providing or what have you. Which one would you say you're more active on, if there is one?
I am active on both at the same time. So, either site, you will be able to see me and get in contact with me, and I post regularly on either site. So,
okay.
Yes.
No, awesome.
So I have a free live webinar on January 14th. It is at 6 p.m. and it is for any new business owner or any business owner who has just started their business. And we are going to go over all different topics on how to be successful in your business. So we're going to talk about the correct business structure, how to even create a business, if you need to register your business with the Department of Revenue or Labor. We're going to talk about how to develop and build core soft skills that every entrepreneur needs to sustain their business. We're going to talk about meeting requirements for your clients and your customers. So it's just a holistic webinar for business owners. It's free and it's live. So if you have questions, you will be able to ask them and I'll answer them live. And you'll leave with handouts and then specials on my services. So January 14th, get your tickets at Eventbrite. And then I'm sure he will put the link as well. And then we will see you there.
Sounds good. And I'm glad you plugged that too, because I already registered for it. Remember?
Yes, you did. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm glad. I'm so glad you remembered that. I totally forgot about that too. So so I will see you again then. That's great. That's awesome. Yeah, perfect. So Jazzlen, as always, you visited me before on the platform. Thank you for supporting. What I do here, I want to make sure I'm helping to capture and promote and supplement, augment anything that someone's doing that's going to add value to moving the needle forward, right? Moving people forward. And as an accountant, certified public accountant, definitely an area of subject matter expertise that we need more of. And for those out there who may not know about the Tenacity Financial Groups, again, I want to do my part to make sure I bring some additional light to those venues. So thank you so much for joining me again.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for having me again. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome. And to the audience, hey, as always, thanks for tuning in. Like the video and any other video that resonates with you. Leave a comment, and when you leave it, add a little a recommendation, suggestion, any question that you may have, either from myself or that particular person that I interviewed, in this case, Ms. Tompkins. So subscribe to the channel, share, and hit that notification bell and button so you'll be notified of my latest video. This is another way we creatively inform and inspire, helping people write the lives they desire. Take care.